So, when you host a lot of beginner events and you have multiple projects at once and you're not super organized, you get a space that looks like this, right? It's kind of a disaster. We've got supplies that were donated by Transatlantic Games. We got stuff from the game store. We got some storage bins. The stuff that I'm using as my little vending machine at the conventions and the beginner classes, the workspace, the 3D printer, and then the actual supplies for the beginner classes and the construction of the vending machine. This is entirely too much to deal with. So this first hobby vlog is we're cleaning the room. You can't hobby if you've got no space, so we're gonna make space. We're gonna consolidate some stuff, maybe get rid of some stuff, and set ourselves up for tomorrow. Something absolutely critical if you're going to do larger events where you're not just all at one table: signage. These are just clear plastic holders from the department store. But I've printed out sort of my sort of rules and expectations, as well as what paints we have, how to get a hold of me if you have questions, how to take care of the brushes, simple stuff. If you don't put this out, you're sort of inviting chaos into your supplies. These have been a great pickup. I also have another one here for when I do um, events sponsored by Transatlantic Games, their Tooth and Coats paint range. So make sure that anybody who donates supplies, is getting credit for their This is support. Big event box. This guy only comes out if there's going to be more than 2 tables worth of painting. So we have trash cans to manage the dirty water. In here is also extra paper towels, napkins, palette paper. We have step-by-step instructions donated by Tooth and Coats on how to actually get paint out of a bottle and put it on your palette. Really sort of simple stuff that people may kind of get freaked out by if they haven't painted before. We have extra wet palettes, cups. We have the signage we just talked about, a bunch of tablecloths down at the bottom, and then of course about 100 spare miniatures. Day of, this will also probably get the speed paint bin, just because that doesn't fit into my regular class supplies. But for now, that's this box. This is my sort of daily paint and take box. In here, we have a couple things. We have 2 sets of acrylic markers, a bunch of pre-primed minis. We've got palettes, painting handles, cups. This brown box here contains my teaching aids, like pre-painted miniatures that show the different finish of speed paint and traditional acrylics. Next in, big box of paint. Some aprons. I keep my aprons in a space bag to keep them kind of flat and so they don't get too weird and mildewy. I put in some of those silica packets. Big old bag of brushes. And then 2 tablecloths will go on top. A little something neat on the back of the door here. Um, these are all of the convention lanyards that I've been teaching painting classes at. It's thick enough where I had to hang them from a carabiner because they couldn't fit up on the hook anymore. They're neat. It's like a nice memento to have without having to pay for anything, but they also feel pretty wasteful. So if anybody goes to a convention that does something other than a permanent lanyard, let me know, because I'd like to suggest it to local folks. Even if it's just like stickers you wear every day, with a name tag, something a little less wasteful than this, or something that they reclaim, would be nice. Our next small bin is sort of like the promotional and demonstration bin. So I have a case of some stuff that I've painted that I use to show people different pricing levels for commissions if they want any. I have a diorama. This is a big hit at the the libraries and such. Apparently, it tastes very good. So this is my box of reference and nonfiction books. I keep these in the office. The fiction stuff I keep out in the living room. We got puppet theater, dinosaurs and ancient animals, Spanish language, architecture, some software learning books, some game design stuff, some user strategy design stuff. But the most important one is this. This is The Art of John Harris. This book is fantastic. His art, you've probably seen it on any number of sci-fi novels. He did a lot of stuff for Ben Bova. Um, there's some Asimov stuff in here. I think there's 1 or 2 John Scalzi's. But the use of color and scale is just crazy. I mean, just look at that. And here's how we're looking after the tidy up. Much more manageable. Unfortunately, this guy's next.